Hello, Cancer. We're here to do your March reading, so we're going to jump right in. The current situation for March for you, Cancer, is the Four of Wands in reverse and the Seven of Cups. There seems to be some confusion or lots of options or lots of decisions to be made, different areas to be thinking of in regards to either your community or your family. It seems like probably some sort of problem arising in the community or in your family where decisions, there's just so much information and things happening. It's hard to really nail down a solid solution. What is challenging this is the Five of Cups in reverse and the Hermit in reverse. There's been some healing from grief or sadness, some sort of mourning process. And this could also be marriage that you're dealing with currently, options, decisions, what you're going to make. And this mourning process is starting to dissipate. You're starting to heal from this event or situation that's occurred either in your marriage, your family, or your community. And the Hermit in reverse is you feeling like discussing with the Hermit in reverse, kind of taking what you've learned and the healing that you've been able to acquire and trying to interject something. Well, that's a kind of a challenge to the system, Cancer. It's almost like nobody wants to hear that. What's at the top of the mind crowning this for you is the Seven of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. You have this innate intuition, this understanding that when we see the Seven of Swords upright, it's like somebody trying to be a betrayal or somebody trying to get away with something or being dishonest. But it's in reverse. So, you're getting it. You're understanding what somebody may be trying to get away with. They haven't gotten away with something. And with the King of Pentacles in reverse, this could be like a misuse of resources. Somebody trying to get away with stealing something or being dishonest about finances, time, energy, resources, health. You're really understanding the true manipulation behind the acts of somebody. You know that something isn't correct. Now, what's being hidden is the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Emperor. So this is, Emperor can be father energy. It can also be the authority, the person in charge of a situation. And when that's paired with the Queen of Swords, sometimes we can see some real bitey, bitchy energy from somebody who's trying to call the shots. Somebody who has tried to control the narrative in a situation and kind of overpowered a situation. And it's really ugly energy. This kind of reminds me, and I'm not seeing inheritance cards anywhere, but what the energy reminds me is when someone passes away and somebody's going to take control of all the situation and they're going to tell everybody what they're getting and what they're not getting when they're misusing their authority. This is a big misuse of authority. That's what's being hidden. And that's probably why you're peeping that in that crown position with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the King of Pentacles in reverse. Like you're seeing the manipulation. You've peeped it out. Now, Cancer, the effects of the past is this Devil and the Three of Wands in reverse. In the past, you might have experienced a situation where there was an overindulgence, some toxic. Sometimes this is carnal things. Overindulgence in an area where you felt like you didn't have anywhere else to go. The Three of Clubs is like, I'm kind of stuck. It's very stagnant, stuck energy where you're stuck in this toxicity. You've been here before. You've seen it, and it's like you're recognizing patterns in people's behavior, and you're really not wishing to relive that. And I feel like you're trying because you've learned this lesson, you've seen these things, you've healed from it. You're trying to prevent other people from having to experience something similar. And there is definitely an energy around here that does not want you to be heard. All right, so for the outcome, we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Swords in reverse, and the Death card. You know, it could be worse, Cancer. What it looks like to me is like you're not really interested in niceties and making nice with people who are not doing what's, you know, showing good character or integrity. Like, you don't have any interest in being a part of that. You're not offering anything to something that's bullshit and it's harmful. And the Nine of Swords in reverse, this maybe 10 years ago may have kept you up at night and given you anxiety, but you have been released from that. Like, you are not participating in things that are not healthy for you. You are coming to a place of healing where you know that you cannot participate in things like that. And the Death card is like, you may see yourself separating yourself from people. There might be situations in your life that have to end because your spirit cannot contain that toxicity. You can't participate in it. And you know, by participating in it, you feel as though you're giving it license. And it's like your internal compass system just won't have it. What's on the bottom of each of the decks that I used is the Hangman in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse. You're dealing with energies, and it's like generational curses, generational conditioning in people who just fail to look at any other perspective. They're like digging their heels into their own way of seeing something, and they won't take inventory or even look at their wounds. So it's hard to come forth with this energy of healing that you're trying to initiate, because they're not even recognizing there's anything to be healed. And I know that this seems like a really difficult time, but I really am feeling that this is a necessary, like, pivot point in your life. All right, the card of advice is joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. You do not need to suffer to grow. You can grow in leaps and bounds through joy. True happiness comes from following the dictates of your soul. Do what gives you joy. Celebrate and have fun. Stop and embrace life, yourself, and others. Say yes. Take steps today to expand your joy. You don't need to do it all at once, but you need to start. Your purpose in life is to experience joy. Allow that and ecstasy to flow through you wildly and freely. Share your love. Happiness spreads to others like wildfire, and it can help heal the world. The sacred traveler knows that it's not just about reaching the destination, it's about the joy in the journey. The traveler stops periodically to savor the simple pleasures of the voyage. And if you don't follow your bliss now, when will you? If you've been waiting until circumstances are different before you experience true happiness, you may have a long wait. It's simple. When you focus on the areas of your life that bring you joy, these areas will prosper. One of the fastest paths to happiness is through sharing and giving. So give of your heart and follow your bliss. Joy is your spiritual birthright. And I feel like this is what you've been doing. This is what you've been attempting to do, to heal things, find joy in them, find the happiness, really taste the flavors of life. And I think that's really annoying to some people. I feel like that's really aggravating to people, and they keep trying to drag you back down. I think your pivot point is choosing you above the dysfunction, and you have permission to do so, Cancer. That's what I have. If you want a private reading, you can check the website in my bio and schedule one there. Have a great March.